This is the Mathsgrader Mini Mock Foundation Paper 3 Calculator. So question 1. Using only the cards given below, make the largest number, which is a multiple of 5. So for it to be a multiple of 5, it's going to have to end in 5 or 0, because everything in the 5 times table ends in 5 or 0. So we're going to finish it with a 5. And then we're just going to put them in number order. So the highest possible number, we want the 9, our biggest number here, to be in the thousands. So 9 is going to be in the thousands. Then our next biggest number, so we've used the 5, we've used the 9, is going to be the 6. So we're going to have the 6 in the hundreds and the 1 in the tens. So that's the largest possible number that's in the 5 times table. Question 2, expand fully. So we're expanding the brackets. 8 times 4x. So 8 times 4. 8 times 2 is 16. Double that is 32. So we've got 32x. And 8 times 3 is 24. So I've got 32x plus 24. Question 3. Julia, Charlie and Hester own a business. Julie invested 25,000. Charlie invested 30,000 and Hester invested 5,000. Express this as a ratio in its simplest form. So it's Julia, Charlie and Hester. So Julia, Charlie, Hester. And I could write 25,000 to start with, but I'm just going to write it in thousands to start with. So 25, Charlie's 30, and Hester's 5. So I've divided them all by 1,000, but they're still a times table they're all in. They're all in the 5 times table. So I'm going to divide them all by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. So the simplest form is 5 to 6 to 1. There's not a times table they're all in now, apart from the 1 times table. But if I divide them all by 1, they'll stay the same. Question 4. Make P the subject. So that means get P by itself, make P the subject of the formula. And I just need to get rid of everything with the P. So I'm going to get rid of the fraction first. So at the moment we're dividing by D. To get rid of a divide, we times. So if I times both sides by D, that will give me P minus G equals 8D. I want P by itself, so I'm going to get rid of this G next. At the moment I'm taking away G. To get rid of a minus, we do a plus. So I'm going to plus G to both sides. So P equals 8D plus G. Question 5. After receiving some prize money for winning a competition, Louise, Bonnie and Tabitha are sharing their winnings in the ratio 3 to 5 to 1. Bonnie gets £20 more than Louise. Work out how much money they received in total. So we've got Louise, Bonnie, Tabitha in the ratio 3 to 5 to 1. So I've got 3 parts for Louise, 5 parts for Bonnie, and 1 part for Tabitha. And Bonnie gets 20 more than Louise. So Louise got 3 parts, Bonnie got 5 parts. So Bonnie got 2 more boxes than Louise. So 2 more boxes. So this is what Bonnie got more than Louise, and it is £20. So these 2 boxes must be worth £20, which means one box must be £10. So every box is £10. So Louise got £30, Bonnie got £50, and Tabitha got £10. So how much money did they get in total? 30 and 50 and 10, which is £90. Question 6. In a bag there are red, blue and green counters. Red and blue counters, red and blue, are in the ratio 4:7. There are 5 more green counters than blue counters. Given that there are exactly 8 red counters, what's the probability of picking green? So we've got 8 red. So how many blue? So the ratio is 4:7. So we times 4 by 2 to get 8. So if we times 7 by 2, that's 14. So there's 8 red counters in the bag, 14 blue counters, and 5 more green than blue. So adding 5 on to 14 is 19. So there's 19 green. So what's the probability of getting a green? So how many green, which is 19, out of how many in total? 19 plus 14 plus 8 is 41. So the probability of getting a green is 19 out of 41. Question 7. So we've got 6 centimeters and 9 centimeters here. Given that the area of the trapezium is 30 centimeters squared, find the length of x. So this is x, and the area is 30 centimeters squared. So it's a trapezium. The area of a trapezium is the 2 parallel sides added up and divided by 2 times the distance between them. So our 2 parallel sides here are 6 and 9. So it's going to be 6 and 9 added up and divided by 2 times the distance between them, which is x, and that's going to be 30 centimeters squared. So 6 plus 9 divided by 2 is 7.5. So that's 7.5 times x. So 7.5x equals 30. And to get x by itself, I divide both sides by 7.5. So x is 4. So x must be 4 centimeters long. Question 8. Calculate the length of side BC, given your answer to 2 decimal places. So we've got our SOHCAHTOA question. Give the answer to 2 decimal places. So let's label the triangle first. So the longest side's the hypotenuse. Opposite the angle is called the opposite. And in between the right angle and the angle is the adjacent. So it's SO, KA, and TOA. So O's in the question, that's with 7. A's in the question, that's with x. H is by itself, so it's not in the question. So it's TOA. So tan with the angle equals O over A. Or if you use a triangle, that's tan with the angle, O and A in the triangle. So our angle is 23, so it's tan 23 equals O, which is 7, over A, which is x. So tan 23 is 7 over x. We want to get x by itself. So if we multiply both sides by x, x times tan 23 is 7, and I don't want x times 1023. I want to get rid of 1023. So I divide by 1023. Or if we're using the triangle, we're working out a, so we cover over a. So it's O divide 10 with the angle, which is again 7 divide 1023. So just type it into the calculator. 7 divided by 1023, and I've got 16.49 to 2 decimal places.